Hello everyone, welcome back to another Circle of the World video. I am your host, Harrison, the Adeptus Historical, and today we'll be discussing spirits. Most are not even aware of what the spirits are. I can't see them myself anyways, as I don't speak to them. Only those with the gift can actually see it. But I've discussed with many people, including an old farmer in the far country who appears to have been able to speak to them, at least in the past. And of course I did bring it up with Giselle Dan Luthar, who traveled across the world with the Bloody Nine, who was also rumored to have spoken with spirits. The spirits, as far as I can tell, seem to have their own way of doing things. They don't really care about what humans do and don't do. They seem not to be bothered by us. The only thing that seems to affect them is the fact that they are known to be in places that are more obscure. They live in nature. They wouldn't want to live in the cities. It's too loud, and they've all gone to sleep apparently. Which leads me to believe, or some to believe, that perhaps the spirits are a part of nature itself, that they've been here long before the old time. And indeed, apparently the spirits see themselves as extremely old. But before the old time, the other side and our world were one. And before that, we don't know. Perhaps there's some kind of leftover entity from even before then. But they are a perfect representation of magic leaking from the world. They seem to all have gone dormant now, wanting to sleep rather than be around as humans spread out across the circle of the world. But it does seem weird, as the spirits have no problem going to sleep. They don't seem to be dying though, just going to rest. Their intentions of what they do whenever they're awake is completely unknown. Not even the old farmer knew that. He said that they knew things in the world, and from what Bias has told me, they have to listen to whoever commands them. The farmer may not have realized it, but the farmer was telling them what to say and what to do whenever he summoned them. It would explain why it's a school of magic. I believe the spirits are not from before the old time, but they are from the other side, in some form. Perhaps not demons though. Perhaps there's more to the other side, an indication that it's not a hellscape that our forefathers and Eus has taught us. Perhaps the Eus was just wanting to mix things up, and all of the evil demons on the other side are wanting revenge on Eus and his sons, and that we're just caught up in the middle. The spirits would be perhaps the only indicator that the other side is not all evil, but the spirits can't be of our nature or of our world if it's a school of magic. If there's one thing I know, it's that all magic comes from the other side, in some form. Even the long eye filters through the other side. So it can't be a happenstance. There is one possibility that these demons are repented demons, or perhaps they're souls of the lost during the old time. They died, but their bodies had nowhere to go, and their spirits lived on, eventually just went with the wind, became the spirits as they are now. There's no way to know for certain. With the spirits being able to be commanded, however, it does make you ponder their capabilities. As Badesh was able to command the spirits, but if I had to guess, Badesh, whenever there are much more spirits going on, he could command them to do many different things. They seem to have been able to hold things like the seed, which is interesting as well, is that the seed does not affect them. Objects from the other side, they're immune to it. Perhaps just because they're spirits, but they have a physical presence, otherwise they wouldn't be able to hold things, keep it hidden. A truly odd species. It makes me wonder, though, in the future, if magic does come back into the world, will all the spirits wake up? Will they have more power now that they're closer to connect to the other side? Or if they are demons who were forgiven, good demons to say, will they help us? Or will they help their former brethren? And if they were human beings before, or even creatures of nature that were crisscrossed with the other side, would they be angry that they were awoken? Would they be angry with how the world has been treated? I fear they would be. Of course, it doesn't mean too much without somebody to command them. If the spirits per se were actually a pivotal part in the old time, and maybe that's why they won against Glustrad, is that Vadesh's spirits were able to do a lot more than you would think they should be able to. Why haven't there been any other magic users for talking to spirits? The Magi get old. Canadius is long gone, his disciples scattered in the far reaches of the world. And speaking to spirits seems to be a genetic thing, like the long eye, in fact. But unlike the long eye, there is history on the spirits. On happenstance, if someone was to spit in a fire with alcohol and summon the spirits by accident, would it be accepted, or would they be called crazy? That's the true problem. I believe that just like with high art, and with eaters, and perhaps even with Canadius's works, there needs to be a certain amount of talent behind them, a certain natural-born ability. But unlike high art or being an eater, the means to actually control the spirits, to summon them, is much more obscure. I mean, it makes sense in the north, as you could spit into the fire, you're laughing about, you summon them, and it's more rugged. Also, Northmen have more superstitious beliefs than the Union, which the Union has none. And the South is ruled by eaters now, and their petty kingdoms. Anybody with possession of other magical abilities are hunted, or turned into eaters themselves. Perhaps I could even speak to spirits. I'm just kidding. I've tried. I wonder what knowledge the spirits could share with us, though. Like with the long eye, the spirits seem to know a lot of things. They can peer into the past. They're kind, unlike most things from the other side. Even if they're not from the other side, they are controlled by the magic from the other side. My hope is, when things change, because it is inevitable, that the spirits are on our side and not the other side.